My name is Louise, and we were living in a standard 2 up 2 down terraced Welsh stone cottage, and we were looking to move, and when we discovered that the electricity bills of a large house came to more or less the same as our mortgage at the time, we were a bit shocked and decided we would renovate our own house and actually build nearly twice as much space into it. So we've now got a 4-bedroomed, very nice, quite modern house, and we've done it as eco as possible. We went on a course at CAT, a timber frame building course, and it really enthused us that we could build this ourselves. Right, we chose bog standard Swedish windows. Standard, like the B&Q equivalent, are actually triple glaze and argon filled with a very low U value for the geeks of 1.2. That means they let out very little heat. And if you hear this action, you can hear it like whoom. It shuts out all the noise, it shuts out all the cold, and if you put your hand here, even in the winter, you can feel no drafts. They really are fantastic windows. So our idea was to get as much glazing as possible in this room, because it's like a sun space or a passive solar orientation with southeast facing, which is good, which means we can get lots of sunshine. We've got the old wall of the house here, which is structural, i.e. it holds the roof up, but also it's very good thermal mass, i.e. it soaks up heat and then lets it out when the air temperature is cooler. So when the air's warm, this wall warms up, and then when the air cools down, this wall gives off the heat. So in the evenings it's nice and warm, and in the day it keeps it nice and cool. So to get our 4-bedroom house out of a 2-bedroom 2 up 2 down terrace, we've had to come up into the attic, and as you can see, this is the attic. This is the old line of the roof, this way and that way, and then we've taken it across that way to get another office room and a little bathroom. Here you can see, where we haven't finished the roof, that we've got about 5 inches of roof rafter. And that's what we've filled. Behind there is full of sheep's wool insulation. But the sheep's wool would have fallen out if we'd have not had anything. So we put the plasterboard on top. But before we put the plasterboard, we put this extra layer of insulation. This is the foam I was talking about with the tin foil layer on it. And that much insulation is like that much sheep's wool. So that's why we're using it there, because we keep our headspace. We've also taped it up to increase the air tightness of the building, but we have had to make compromises. I wouldn't have liked to use this stuff, the polyurethane, but I consider that the insulation was more important, and also having a usable space. So if by not using this stuff we would have had to have very, very low roofs, we would have had less usable space up here, then we may not have stayed in a smaller house, we may have moved to a bigger house. And what you notice in our terrace is that the houses either side, when it's snowed, have not got snow on, and ours has still got snow on, because we're keeping the heat in the house where it belongs rather than just letting it off into the environment. We had a very low budget to build this house. We had between us 6 months off work, and we built another 40 square metres of space. So the house is now 100 square metres, and it was originally 60 square metres. So we've nearly doubled our living area. But you can do eco on a budget. For this house, we probably spent £25,000 on the extension, but that included doing up all the rooms internally and an awful lot on a very tight budget.